Hey, happy National Yo-Yo Day to everyone. As you know, National Yo-Yo Day is June the 6th, but you may not know the story behind National Yo-Yo Day, and I'll talk about that later in the show, explaining how it originated and the importance of National Yo-Yo Day to the yo-yoing community. We will also have a trivia contest tonight since this is a live show. The trivia contest is for the ultra cool people only, and we will be on at the show end with that trivia contest. So don't even attempt to take part in the trivia contest unless you are packing some serious mojo. However, I know that everyone who is watching this show meets that criteria and more. So I've got some great questions for you, so pay attention during the show. Some of them might be touched upon in the next few minutes. I'm going to take a step back to last week. Last week was last month's show, which was a fiasco because it was pre-recorded. And then I tried to load it up a couple hours before the show was to go on, only to find out YouTube wanted like 4 hours to load the show up. So it was late in getting out. But I did have this photo up of this baseball player. Can you put that up there? There we go. We were trying to figure out who this was. He's holding a box of Duncan Super Yo-Yos. We thought we might be able to figure out a date. And actually, I think it was John Maishral let me know that this is Alfonso. He goes by Chico Carrasquel. And he was traded from the White Sox to the Indians in 1955. So this photo had to take place around 1955. So thank you, John, for that information. We're slowly piecing together some of this yo-yo history, which is great, and I appreciate all the input from all the viewers. So, and John is watching. Thank you very much for watching. We got a few other people. I can't see who else signed in there, but glad to see you guys are on. So as a bonus for National Yo-Yo Day, this no extra charge, I have a special little segment on the most expensive yo-yo ever purchased at auction. You may already know what this yo-yo is, but you may not know the story behind it. And we never knew precisely what was inscribed on the yo-yo, but I know now. So I will be sharing that with you, and you can lord that little bit of knowledge over your worthless friends that are too lazy to tune into the show. Now, I'm pretty sure I had a National Yo-Yo Day t-shirt, but of course, the one day I can wear it, and the one day this show is actually live on National Yo-Yo Day, I can't seem to find it. Isn't that the way life works? I'm always missing out on winning the lotto by only 5 numbers. Okay, I've got a quick... I don't know if Voltar is watching right now. Hopefully he'll be watching later, but I've got a shout out to Voltar. I have the cashews, but they are not fancy cashews. They are Dainty cashews. Okay, just he's going to see if he can focus. Pull back, dainty cashews. Anyway, that's just for Faltar. All right, the National Yo-Yo Championships are coming up very soon. They will be June 21st through the 23rd in Philadelphia. That's about the only reason I have to go to Philadelphia. I will be there, and I'm hoping that all of you yo-yo collectors, bandalorists, will bring some yo-yos to trade. Folks, I can't trade with myself, although sometimes late at night I do. So guys, help me out. Numerous medical studies have shown that self-trading is not good for your health. So be there with your yo-yos. I will also be hosting Doc Lucky's 15 Seconds of Fame. And we've got some nice prizes for the winner of that impressive display of skill, or in some case, the lack of it. I would assume the girl that likes to remove her eyeball and then have it reappear in her mouth. It is a fake eyeball, by the way. I hope she doesn't show up again because I'm still having nightmares about that one. All right, we'll also be having our, pardon me, Super Giant Trivia Contest. So we're going to find out if anybody can topple Dazzling Dave. I'm not sure if Dazzling Dave, you may not need to topple him because I'm not exactly sure who won last year. Maybe it wasn't Dazzling Dave. But anyway, that contest will be going on Saturday at Nationals. Plus, we will be inducting 3 new people into the National Yo-Yo Hall of Fame. If you've watched the show, you know that it is Stuart Crump, and I have his plaque right here. You've seen it first on Yo-Yo Talk. There you go. Let's see who else we got here. We got, Mark McBride. There's his plaque. And then Mark won't be at Nationals, but he's going to be at World Championships, so we'll do a little presentation of him. And then finally, Jimmy Johnson, who is a frequent watcher of the show. He's right there, so he will get his plaque. And those folks will also get this chenille patch, inductee, National Yo-Yo Hall of Fame. How cool is that? A lifetime of work, and all you get is a little piece of wood with wood burning in it and a patch. But anyway, we appreciate all those folks. What's that, Sean?
It also comes with styrofoam.
Yeah, the styrofoam we throw in for free. We throw that in for free. So, I almost forgot. John Maishral has made a pile. I think he's like 100 little Hall of Fame pins for each of the inductee. So there might be a chance for collectors to score some of those. I understand Jimmy will take cash or credit or anything you used to be able to get on the Silk Road for trade. Okay. I don't believe they've updated the schedule for the National Yo-Yo Championships yet, but it should be updated in the next few days, hopefully at least before the end of the tournament. No, I was talking to Andre earlier today, and I think they're getting ready to get the finalized of the schedule up on their website. So you can go to www.nationalyoyocontest.com and check it out. Hopefully it'll be up this weekend. And I would be remiss in not mentioning that there will be a National Duos competition this year for the first time. So we hope we have some teams there that are practicing as much as I've been practicing my heckling. So I will be there waiting and watching those duos with my heckles ready to go in my little heckle gun here. And I'm certainly looking forward to that competition. And I believe the duos are being held on Saturday. All right, I've talked a bit about this being National Yo-Yo Day, which is June 6th. That would be today for those that drink a lot or are retired. Yes, today is June 6th. There is a bit of background story involving the National Yo-Yo Day and a controversy too. So I'm going to show you this little piece right now exploring the history of the National Yo-Yo Day on June 6th today. Sean, go on and roll that tape. June 6th is National Yo-Yo Day, and if you're seriously into yo-yos, you probably already have that day red-lettered on your calendar. But many folks need to learn the story behind the National Yo-Yo Day, so I'm going to delve into that briefly because it also has some controversy along with it as well. Now, everybody agrees that we have Dan Volk to thank for the National Yo-Yo Day. Dan was a yo-yo demonstrator, not only for Duncan from 1976 through 1978, but he was also a big part of Russell's yo-yo company demonstrations, and he demonstrated around the world. Not only was he known as an expert on the yo-yo, but he was also known as Dan the Paddleball Man. But Dan might be best known for his appearance in the Smothers Brothers Yo-Yo Man VHS tape. Kodak promoted the videotape and was one of the first how-to videotapes produced, which ended up changing the VHS industry when Kodak sold over 200,000 copies of the Yo-Yo Man tapes, which also included a yo-yo. Dan appeared in the video, and he was also a mentor for Tommy Smothers. Now, Dan was more than just a demonstrator. He was a collector, but more importantly, he was a historian and recognized that the history of the yo-yo needed to be preserved. Dan wrote articles on the history of the yo-yo, and then he devised the idea to permanently preserve the yo-yo in the American consciousness by applying for a National Yo-Yo Day through Chase's Almanac of Events. He had to decide on a day for National Yo-Yo Day that was both worthy and memorable, so he picked June 6th, which is the birthday of Don Duncan Sr., the patriarch of the Duncan Yo-Yo Company, who was the dominant yo-yo manufacturer of the 20th century. Now here's the controversy. Several obituaries of Don Duncan Sr. list him as having a birth date on June 8th, not June 6th, which would mean National Yo-Yo Day should actually be on June 8th. However, some of these same obituaries list his age as 71 when he passed, but his actual age was 78, as he was born in 1892 and died in 1971, which makes you question whether or not June 8th was his birthday or June 6th was his birthdays. Now, others suggest National Yo-Yo Day should be on the birthday of Pedro Flores, who was known as the father of the yo-yo. Now, to me, these controversies don't matter one whit because we will not be changing the National Yo-Yo Day to another day, as June 6th has been ingrained into the yo-yo community as National Yo-Yo Day for almost 35 years. Although we do honor Don Duncan Sr. on this day, and you could even say we honor Pedro Flores and all the demonstrators that made the yo-yo one of the world's most popular toys, but more importantly, we honor a toy, or sporting tool if you might, that is such an important piece of Americana that we should always remember it. The yo-yo is genuinely a multi-generational toy, and we have Dan Volk to thank for having the foresight to initiate this annual recognition for the yo-yo. So a huge shout out to Dan Volk. Now, yo-yo players and bandalorists that are watching should jump on their social media accounts on National Yo-Yo Day and let everybody know it's National Yo-Yo Day. Perform a trick or show your favorite yo-yo or your favorite yo-yo collectible. If you know somebody famous, put a yo-yo in their hand and have them try out the yo-yo. It doesn't matter what you do, but take part, because the more exposure the yo-yo gets on June 6th, the better it is for our sport and hobby. I know it's getting late on National Yo-Yo Day, but please go out right now and, well, maybe watch to the end of the show. Wait till the end of the show. And post something on your Facebook page or social media highlighting today as National Yo-Yo Day. You owe it to the yo-yo. And thanks for all the folks that are watching. I see Voltaire checked in. I hope you caught the comment about the fancy cashews. And I see Judith Schultz is here. Thank you. She, obviously, the top museum. Red, who is one of the most famous photographers in Orlando, is watching. So thanks for watching, Red. I saw some other names. I think I saw Jack in there. So make sure you guys sign in for the trivia contest near the end of the show. Have you posted that link yet, Sean? Not yet. Okay, so the link will come up soon. Okay, recently a couple of books were put out that they're children's books, but they're yo-yo related. And I decided I'm going to do a little review on them. The first one is Pedro's Yo-Yos. Let's put that cover up there. Okay, so, it's the title is about how a Filipino immigrant came to America and changed the world of toys. So definitely the artwork and the storyline are for children, and the information provided was pretty accurate as well. You can see it's kind of made for kids. The artwork and the reading is pretty easy, and they did a pretty good job on accuracy. So I thought this was a reasonable book on Pedro Flores for kids, and I give this a 4 out of 5 on my counterweight scale. So this is 4 counterweights out of 5. Now, there is another book about Pedro Flores, which has been out for maybe about a year now. It's called Yo-Yo Maker Pedro Flores. And let's see the cover of that. Okay, there that one is. And sadly, this book reads more like a magazine article, and Pedro Flores is only briefly mentioned a few times in the first 4 chapters. After that, you don't really see much about him. It's just other stuff about yo-yos, and it's not really a kid's book. Oh, there's some green in that book, so that greened out. But anyway, they got the birthday wrong on Pedro Flores. They put his birthday as April 26, 1899, and his immigration card has his birthday listed as April 29th, 1893. I think the immigration card is right. I'm just not really certain how much you can trust anything in a book that they can't even get the subject matter's birthday correct. So anyway, my overall rating is a 2 counterweights out of 5 on this book. I would give it a 3 counterweight out of 5 if they started slipping a $20 bill inside the front cover of the book. Not the best marketing plan ever, but the best I can come up with for this book. Now, there is one more book out there that's a children's book on yo-yos, and I think most of the yo-yo community would know the author's name and the artist's name because it is the same. The book is titled Everybody Yo-Yos, and it's by John Higby. John Higby, of course, is known for his artwork, yo-yos, everything to do with yo-yos. He has a very distinctive style, and he has, here's a little bench that he's done artwork on, and I've got, 15 or 20 different items in my collection that Higby art is on. So I really like his art. Most yo-yo collectors have some pieces that are Higby art. And anyway, this is his book. We'll go on and show the cover because you can see it better on the screen there. So this is the book, Everybody Yo-Yos, and it's obviously Higby art. You can tell that from 20 paces away. And it's, very visual, very graphic. The message is very simple, and I could even understand it without checking my Cliff Notes. Yeah, so if I had to give a young child a book about yo-yos, this would be the book. And congratulations to Higby. I know this took quite a few years for this book to come to fruition. So 5 counterweights out of 5 for Everybody Yo-Yos. All right. So now I mentioned at the beginning of the show that I was going to tell you the story of the world's most expensive yo-yo, but I just want to remind everybody we will be having our live trivia contest at the end of the show. Sean will be posting that link for free, right? It's still free? So, he's thinking about charging. No charge tonight because we're feeling really good about National Yo-Yo Day. So make sure you you sign in for that link so you can play the trivia contest. And if you win the trivia contest, you get this very cool mug that says Trivia Champion on it. So that's worth hanging around for. So, And the only way you can get that mug is by earning it by winning this contest. It cannot be bought at any price. Unlike the yo-yo I am going to show you right now. Sean, run that video. One yo-yo stands out in history as the most expensive yo-yo ever purchased at auction. If you are a serious yo-yo collector or a frequent viewer of Yo-Yo Talk, you probably already know what this yo-yo is and maybe what it sold for, but you may not know the entire history, and I'm going to give that to you. For those who have not heard of this yo-yo, I will tell you at the end of this short video what the total price was realized at that auction. But first, you need to know a little history to understand why this yo-yo sold for so much and its historical significance. Like other collectibles, yo-yos that sell for very high prices usually have three essential qualities. The first is condition, the second is rarity, and critical for a high value is an exciting history, enough so that collectors will covet that item. Some people might say age has something to do with a collectible value, but age is typically linked with rarity and condition. A common old collectible might carry a low value. For instance, a Duncan's beginner yo-yo from the 1930s is approaching 100 years old. However, they're not rare because they made millions of them, and many still exist, so the price does not reflect the age. However, a mint condition one would, of course, bring a higher value than one that's been scuffed up and has rim wear and things like that. So here is the story of the most expensive yo-yo. In 1925, a radio station was built in Nashville, Tennessee, along with a studio that would give birth to the Grand Ole Opry. The Grand Ole Opry Theater became almost synonymous with Nashville, Tennessee as the heart of country music. It went through 5 different theaters over the decades, but in 1974, the Grand Ole Opry was to find a permanent home, which was a venue built specifically just for the show. And it was a big deal for the opening, so big that President Richard Nixon attended the opening ceremony along with his wife, Pat Nixon, who was celebrating her birthday. Now, Roy Acuff, who was a country music performer, the Wabash Cannonball is one of his many hits. He was kind of considered the king of country music at that time, and he was one of the staples of the Grand Ole Opry. He was known for pulling out a yo-yo and playing it during his act. And there are even souvenir Roy Acuff yo-yos, the first one being a Duncan yo-yo with Opryland on the reverse side. This is a Duncan Professional, and it sells around the $30 to $35 range, mint in packages. You can pick them up for 15 to 20 bucks loose. And then there's the Hummingbird version, which is a wooden yo-yo. That sells in the $15 to $20 range. I think it came in a poly bag with a little thing if you bought it actually at Opryland. It also came in the little Hummingbird box, but it doesn't seem like the price range makes a difference whether that one is in package or not. But anyway, Roy pulled out a yo-yo, did some tricks, and then handed it to Richard Nixon, who then tried to play it. And I emphasize the word try.
Quick anyway. We need him down here for a while. Now, turn your handle. Turn your handle and let it go out. Now jerk your back.
Nixon then told Acuff,
I'll stay here and try to learn how to use the yo-yo. You'll go up and be president.
Well, we were in politically a time of great turmoil right then. This was in '74, and if you'll remember, President Nixon was up to his earlobes in the Watergate affair, including the missing 18 minutes from the recorded tapes that were subpoenaed by Congress. So shortly thereafter, political cartoonists had a field day with the yo-yo, making this yo-yo even more famous. Now, Nixon autographed the yo-yo and presented it back to Roy Acuff. After Acuff's death, the yo-yo was sold at auction and then placed in storage for years. We never knew really what the brand of the yo-yo was or what the exact inscription read. So my brother was passing through Nashville a month ago, and I asked him if he could track the yo-yo down. And as good fortune would have, they had just put the yo-yo back on display at the backstage tour to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Opryland Theater opening, which was 1974, it's now 2024. Now we know what the inscription reads. It's from President Nixon, March 16th, 74, New Opry House, Mrs. Nixon's birthday. The yo-yo is a blank plastic yo-yo without a manufacturer's seal. So without that signature, it would be worth nothing. Acuff died in 1992, and at his estate sale, this yo-yo sold for a whopping $16,029. So now you know the story of the world's most expensive yo-yo ever purchased at auction, and Nixon only a few weeks later ended up being the first and only president to resign the presidency of the United States. Now, it was funny because when I was editing that video, I didn't notice until I was editing it, there was that 50th anniversary yo-yo of the Grand Ole Opry. So it looks like that was just given out to a few people. So now I covet that. And so anyway, I'm looking for trading for that particular yo-yo if you have it. There's several different Grand Ole Opry yo-yos there. My brother brought me one that just was a generic wood Grand Ole Opry yo-yo, but it was not that one. So anyway, I thought that was fun to find out. So I want to let everybody know that I did my part for National Yo-Yo Day. Not only did I put on this live show on Yo-Yo Talk, but I did a brief appearance on Gentry Stein's 4-hour video cast for National Yo-Yo Day. And if you haven't checked that out, you should go check that stream out. He had a lot of guests, many much more interesting than me. So before we get to the trivia contest, I want to show you my latest find for my collection. This is a box of Hi-Ker Sparkle Master yo-yos. Now that's the outside of the box there. This is the 4-jewel Sparkle Master, not the 3-jewel. The 3 jewels are now dead to me since this find. The 4-jewel Sparkle Master is the rarest and most collectible of the Hi-Kers. And matter of fact, when I wrote my book, I didn't even have a 4-jewel Sparkle Master in my collection, let alone a display box. So I kind of felt naked alone in the woods. So I was very excited to be able to acquire this display box. I feel like I'm in full armor riding a white stallion that glows in the dark. And I suspect this may be the only box in existence, but if you do happen to have one, please don't tell me, as I might have to dismount my stallion. And I want to thank John Maishral for giving me a tip about that particular box. I don't think I would have found it on my own. So again, thanks, John. I'll let you ride my stallion someday. Okay, it's trivia time. Sean has already posted up there in the chat the link. So we'll give you a few minutes here to... Oh yeah, I wasn't looking at the screen. So you can check the QR code right up there. Whoops, wrong direction. Still wrong direction. Okay, there we go. Now I got my finger on it. That's the QR code that will send you to the wonderland of the trivia contest, which we'll be hosting in a few minutes. So I'm going to get my phone here ready to go so I can kind of moderate this a little bit. And how many people do we have signed in so far? 11. That's a good number. That's pretty good. Anytime we're in double digits, I'm very excited about the trivia contest. Obviously, a lot of people feeling that they brought mojo with them tonight, so it should be fun. And some of the questions are probably related to what I was talking about today on the show, and then some are just random off-the-wall questions. So anybody could win. That's the great thing. Now, just remember, you have a time that when you're putting in your answers, the faster you put them in, the better, because you get scored not only for getting the question right, but getting it right the quickest. So if you absolutely don't know the answer to a question, the best thing to do is to answer with a guess quickly rather than mulling it over, because if you don't know, you don't know. That's my strategy anyway, but I don't get to play. So any more sign up there, Sean?
We have 15 now.
15! Wow, we're getting close to record numbers. It must be National Yo-Yo Day. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon here and wanting to participate in National Yo-Yo Day. So it should be a fun contest with 15 people. So we'll give him, what do you think, another 30 seconds or so? Please feel free to, Judith is asking how you sign up. Can you scan that code there, Judith, with your phone, that QR code? It is,
Just go to the CrowdPer website and type that code in.
or CrowdPer, and type in the code.
Yeah, if you're having trouble signing in, you can either scan the QR code, click the link that I put in the chat, and if neither one of those work for you, then all you got to do is go to crowdper.com and type in the code ZUFXL, and it will bring you to our trivia for the night.
Oh, the question was, I didn't see that question come up. I'll answer that while we're waiting for Judith to sign in. Who bought the yo-yo? Well, it was bought by the, at least somebody or the museum itself. They had the yo-yo, and they also had a little film of Nixon playing the yo-yo together. It kind of disappeared for a long time. We didn't know what happened to it, and then it popped up in that backstage area of the Grand Ole Opry. I actually sent somebody to bid on the yo-yo, but
let me get in here for 1 second, Luck. So for my YouTube people, with the way YouTube has updated their live streaming policies, they don't allow any links to be posted even from the host. So you're going to have to go to the website at CrowdPer Trivia and type in the code that I just listed off. Once again, the code is ZUFXL. We have 18 players currently.
wow, we've only got 2 slots left.
We only have 2 left, so those last 2 better hurry up.
And isn't it fairly easy just to take your phone and scan that code, that QR code?
Well, if they're watching on a different device, most people watch on their
yeah.
phone.
If you're watching on your phone, you're kind of hosed that way. But if you're watching on your computer or your iPad, you can take your phone and scan that QR code, and it'll take you right to the to the trivia
yes, Lisa,
contest.
we agree that is crazy. That we can't post a link in our own live stream, but the Google gods tell us what we can and cannot do. We do not fight back.
All right, where are we at now? Did we hit our 20 mark?
No, we're still too shy. I believe Voltaire and Lisa are both trying to get in.
Okay.
Voltaire, is that correct?
Oh, you talk to them. Yeah. And give them my blessings, too. Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Lisa
Let
Page
me-
is in. So are we at 20 now? We should be at 20 if 2 just popped in.
No, they must have made 18, so we still have 18.
Okay. Well, I think we're probably ready to go here.
Oh, sounds good. Let's start it up.
All right. Let me push my button here and get going. All right. So
Turn that
T-minus
down.
5 seconds and counting, and we will
Turn-
start our trivia contest.
Lucky, turn off your phone volume.
Turn off my volume.
Your phone volume.
Okay, according to his immigration card, what year was Pedro Flores born? 1890, 1893, 1900, 1904, or 1927? got 5 seconds left. And the points totals go down. As you can see, they go towards the end. Okay. The correct answer was B, 1893. That was something that was shown. Wow, 92% answered correct. That's pretty amazing. That means people were paying attention.
Let's see what the rankings are.
Wow, let's check the rankings out. Okay, so we'll see who's the LP is obviously the speediest person. Senator Sniveling's former lover Satan is in second place, and you have to have read the Immune to understand that reference. And if you haven't read the Immune, you're pretty much dead to me anyway. So, but number 2 is pretty cool. All right, so boy, if just about everybody is in the play. Wait, is that Nick? Is that the Nickinator at 0? Could that be possible?
He just texted my personal line and said he got on just in time to make the first question.
Oh, so the Nickinator is coming up from the bottom. That is pretty exciting, folks. Okay, so let's see where we're at on question number 2. Who is responsible for the idea of National Yo-Yo Day? Lucky Meisenheimer, Dale Oliver, Tommy Smothers, Dazzling Dave, or Dan Volk? Who is responsible for National Yo-Yo Day? This is the person that got it all started back in 1990. 1990 is when it was submitted, so it's been 34 years we've had National Yo-Yo Day. And we're down to the answer, which is, of course, E, Dan Volk. If you were watching Yo-Yo Talk tonight, you would have gotten that right. Unless you were out at the fridge getting a refreshment when that part was going on. Again, 92% answered. We've got a close game here. So let's see the tallies here and see how people are doing. The Simcoe moved into first place.
No, they're tied.
Oh no, there is tied. No, it shows him as 88 and LP as 85.
Yeah, but you're looking at, that's what they gained on this question. Total points is 170.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at the wrong category. Never mind me. Listen to Sean. All right, so we are looking here. Let's see if the Nickinator put
I
any
don't think
score.
Nickinator's actually playing.
Oh, come on. Yeah, he is. He's got to be playing.
Shame on you.
He can't. He's going to. So the question is, can Nickinator come back from a 0 after 2 questions? We will see. I wouldn't put it past him, though. All right, here we go. So question number 3. Question number 3. Here we go. Besides Yo-Yos, Don Duncan Sr. was also known for producing and popularizing which of these? Weebles, radio antennas, cathode ray tubes, parking meters, or golf carts. He had a serious company selling these things and made a lot of money on it. Oh, and of course the answer is D, parking meters, the Duncan parking meters, which were made in the 30s, and he went around telling cities this is the way they can rip off their citizens. And he made a lot of money selling parking meters. So that's the dark side of Donald Duncan. All right, let's see how 75% answered that correct. So we got a little bit of maybe a little bit more of a spread in the point totals right now. So let's see how that shook out. So, we still got a tie, Simcoe and the LP. And if you get a tie, folks, we will give you both trivia champion mugs.
Oh, I was gonna say let's have either a fight to the death or
a fight to the death would be the second option, of course.
Or we add a 6th question and see who gets it right.
Can we add a 6th question?
I can add up to 15 more.
Oh, that would be interesting. Okay, well, let's see what happens. So we are ready for. Oh, wait a minute. I want to just check and see if this.
Nick says he's unpacking his car.
Oh, he's wimping out. He got a 0 on the first, and he's totally wimping out now. All right. Well, we will go to question 4. We know that the Nickinator will not win this trivia contest. All right, here we go. Question number 4. What brand of yo-yo was the Nixon-Acuff yo-yo that sold for $16,029? Now, if you were listening closely, you would know this. Duncan, Royal, Festival, Imperial, unbranded. One of those is the correct answer, but which one was it? So if you were napping during that session, we'll know.
What's wrong with taking a brief nap?
What's there? I take naps all the time.
So do I.
All right, and the correct answer is, of course, unbranded. There was no seal on that yo-yo. We have no idea where that yo-yo came from. And 100%, that's the first time, folks, we have a historic moment in Yo-Yo Talk. We had a question that was answered by 100% of the people. That is pretty amazing. All right.
It's because there's money involved.
And let's see how that changed things, because it's all about speed now. Oh, Simcoe answered a little bit quicker than Judith. So he
LP got knocked down to 5th.
Ooh, they must have been a little slow on that answer. Boy, that's where speed. Big Dog Yo-Yos moves into 3rd. John Maishral in 4th.
But the top 4 are all within 10 points of each other.
Yeah. It's anybody's game. And I don't remember if this last one is a hard one or not. So it may be hard, it may be easy. So it's probably going to, if it's easy, it's going to come down to speed. If it's hard, then it's just going to be, well, whoever's the smartest. Okay, let's see what that 5th and final question is. At the 2024 National Yo-Yo Championship, what event will be a first-time national championship event? Off-string, duos, counterweight, boogie-woogie style, counterweight swallowing. That would be an eating contest for those that don't know what that is. Swallowing counterweights.
Just so everyone knows, I can see the answers as they come in, and one person will have a bell of shame hung on them. 3 people will have a bell of shame.
Folks, Joey Chestnut is not going to be at the National Yo-Yo Championship, so we can pretty much rule out counterweight swallowing. So, but the correct answer is, of course, duos, which I've been pushing for the last year, and we will see who our champion is right now.
You want me to show the rankings before, or do you want me to end it? Because if we have a tie, I can add a question why it's still alive.
Oh, do we have a tie?
I don't know.
Well, no, let's just end it.
Okay.
Okay, this is 3rd place. I've learned now finally that it comes up 3rd place first. 3rd place, Judith, the top museum lady. John Maishral. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Who is 1st place? The Simcoe. Oh, my gosh. She's starting to take over the Nickinator in wins. So we will be sending the Simcoe a Trivia Champion mug. Congratulations, Tim Simcoe. All right. So let me think what else. Okay. I don't know if I have Simcoe's snail mail address. I think I do. But send it to me anyway.
I have it. I send him plenty of good letters.
Okay, good. Okay, so anyway, I hope to see everybody at Nationals in a couple weeks. Make sure you bring yo-yos to trade. That is very important for national security. For the next 3 months, unfortunately, I will be on an airplane every single night of Yo-Yo Talk. So I'm going to have to pre-record the show. We will still have the show, obviously. But there is no physical way I can do it from 30,000 feet in the air. Well, actually, there is a way, but that would be a very brief show with a lot of screaming and a very abrupt ending. So, however, as these months pass, I will be back with our live feed on the 1st Thursday of every month. And, of course, I'll continue with the show on the 1st Thursday of every month. Hopefully, we will get back with our trivia contest at that time. This was a lot of fun. I like it when everybody's involved and having a good time. But for those that crave trivia contests, just a reminder, we have a big mega trivia contest at Nationals. So please plan on being there. That'll be on Saturday. So anyway, that's about all for tonight. This is Doc Lucky saying, remember, you can never have too many yo-yos. I will see you again at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on July 4th. And what a great day to be watching Yo-Yo Talk.